Would you like to target farm components from ships? For example, you can get components that's easy in contested zones, but you can target farm them from ships. Well, how do you do this without having to do any bounties? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I discovered the method. So if I open up my Moby class here, and I go to my contracts, you can see Salvage contracts actually tells you the name of ships that you can find. For example, the contract I have here is STAR-TBJF-FNQD Prowler, right? This one has the base stealth power plant that you can find in game, but you can usually only find it in contested zones. But here we can just loot it from the ship. I'll show you exactly how in a minute. But how do you discover what components comes with which ships? Well, there's an easy way to do this. So how do you find out what components to loot? Well, you can go to Reddit here. I'll link this post in the bottom. This guy made a spreadsheet for us. Super good. Thank you very much. Rikirik, I think something like that. Sorry if I mispronounce. But there's a Google spreadsheet that we can take a look at here. He's still busy with it. But a lot of components, you can see which is which. And he'll update everything here for us, which is very nice of him. I also use the wiki page sometimes to find out what components ships have. For example, if I go to power plants here and I type in slipstream, here's a slipstream base stealth power plant. Here you can see all of the ships will be listed here. It has it originally. For example, the Talon. Some of these you can't loot, right? They don't have physicalized components, but maybe in the future you can get this. So there's also link this below. But for now, let's go see if we can loot the Prowler. We're back at the Prowler here. First, before I do anything, I probably want to salvage the Prowler. I am in my little ship here. So I'm probably going to salvage it first, and then we'll see if we can loot the components. Might as well make some money while we're at it, right? I'm quickly going to complete this mission. It doesn't take long to unlock these missions at all. All that I did, I completed 3 salvage missions. Each time I had to pay a higher fee, but I completed them and then I got access to the Prowler here. Let me quickly salvage what I can and then we'll see if we can loot the components. We managed to finish the Prowler here. Let me just turn everything off. Now the only thing left to do here is to open up all the doors before we soft-def it. Otherwise we might not be able to get inside. It's very difficult to loot each component without soft-defing it. So I'm just quickly going to park here. Let's see if we can open up all the doors at the very least. Just making sure my tracted beam works. If your tracted beam doesn't work around the Prowler after completing the mission, take your tracted beam on the Vulture and slowly but surely drag it out of Armistice Zone, right? It might work for you. But first, let's open up everything here so that we can get access to the components a little bit later on. You'll see the ship still have gravity for the moment, but as soon as you lose gravity, you won't be able to access this ladder right here, which is where all the components are. And you'll see, if I open up all the doors here, you won't be able to get the components down that little elevator shaft. Here we go. Let me just open up everything. I'm also going to try and unlock all the boards here. Seems like they're already unlocked. All the doors should be open right now. Just have to bind the hotkey for it. Now we're going to soft-def the ship so that we can get out all the components. But first, let me show you where the components are located. You can see here is the power plant, which is very difficult to take out and throw it down here. It's a little bit too big, but we'll fix it in a minute. Let's just get down the elevator here, or the ladder. Let's go back to our ship and we'll soft-def this little Prowler. Here we go. Just going to target it. Now if this is in an Armistice Zone where you can't use your tractor beam, you can always use your tractor beam on your little Vulture by just pressing Alt-A. You can activate your left side of your Vulture and then right clicking. And you can use the tractor beam on your Vulture to drag this out. This is what I did previously before I started salvaging. But for now, I'm gonna have to destroy the ship. Let me just make sure this thing stops moving. Here we go. Just gonna stop it right here. Hopefully it doesn't move too much. Now we can use our guns. Very slowly kill this ship. You do not want to go too hard on it. There we go. That's the first boom, right? It's soft def now, apparently. If you can still target it, it's soft def. Now we need to full def it. So be very careful. Do not turn it into dust. Just a couple of hits here and there should do it. This will allow us to loot the components afterwards. And there we go. That's a full def. It is moving, which is not ideal for us. Just gonna grab it with my tractor beam so I can keep it steady. We'll see if we can grab the components while it's moving. The first thing that we want to take here is just the power plant. Make sure you take it first, because if cleanup happens, at least you have the power plant. It's the most valuable thing here. If we enter, we'll see we can actually take the components here without much effort. Here you can see at the back is the power plant. I'm going to take this first, just because the slipstream, most important one here, right? The others are just bonuses for us. Now I can just throw this on my grid, and we should be able to save it for later. Here we go. Nice little power plant, one of the best in game. Now we can start looting the other components. And here you can see our loot haul, very decent. Now we can just deliver it to any station, and we should be able to equip it to any of our ships. Just a quick little guide. Hope it was helpful. If it was, please leave a like. And if you want to see how you can loot the same ship from bounty hunting, then you can watch this video right here. I show you exactly what bounty hunting missions to do. A big thank you to my YouTube memberships. I really appreciate the support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.